Hey y'all, it's Whiskey. Welcome to the Friday Hot Toddy, which is actually being posted on a Sunday because I let the ball drop. And it's funny I'm saying that, and it's actually pertinent to what's going on with this theme this week. The theme this week is integrity. And I realized that I had missed a couple of deadlines that either some other people had set for me in agreements that I'd made, or I'd missed my own deadlines for things that I said I was going to do. And I'm usually pretty on the spot about my own integrity and what's going on. And I realized lately, with a lot of stress going on and everything else, that I've been making excuses for myself and I have not been integral to myself, right? So, some of the things that we tell ourselves in our own head about why we're going to get to something later, or why we're going to do it this way, or why we hadn't done it is just a flat out bullshit lie, right? The number one person that we have to have integrity with is ourselves. And the easiest person to lie to is ourselves. So to have awareness and to have that integrity, and really the definition of integrity, we're always said that, is to do the right thing when nobody's looking. And that's only half true because you are always looking at you, even when you're not paying attention, even when you're not putting awareness on it, even when you're lying to yourself, you're paying attention to you. You're paying attention to what you're doing. You're making those excuses, or you're going through those things in your life that you're like, oh, I'll get to it later, or oh, this is too hard right now because I can't do it, or oh, I'm just tired. Y'all, real talk here. I have put off a 30-second video to somebody that I had promised for days. 30 seconds. Literally sent them a message yesterday and said, I am so sorry. I've been so bogged down. I've been so busy, blah, blah, blah. I just couldn't break away to do what I needed to do. That's a lie, because everybody could break away for however long it takes to use the restroom, right? Always more than 30 seconds. I could have broke away for 30 seconds and done that video. It's the lie I told myself. I was not being integral to myself. The other part of integrity is A, knowing what you want and sticking with it, and knowing or need, right? And B, when you don't follow through or you are not integral to yourself or someone else, it's owning it. It's taking accountability where you may have fallen short and having the integrity then to say, you know what? I screwed up. You know what? Maybe this part isn't meant for me. You know what? Maybe I feel like this should go a different direction and that's why I was avoiding it. None of those things were the case for me. The case, in my case, I was giving other things going on in my life more attention than the things that I promised myself would be prioritized, right? But you just pick up. You don't beat yourself up. Last week's topic was perfectionism and overcoming perfectionism, right? Life is not perfect. Life is absolutely messy. And if your life doesn't have some kind of mess going on in it, are you really living? Because to just have a full, wholesome, and amazing life, there's some chaos and there's some crazy, because it's constant change and it's constant growth, and you don't have growth without chaos. But to have that integrity and to set those standards for yourself and to be integral to yourself first. If you're not integral to yourself first, you have no integrity with somebody else. And it's just constantly, what's the word I'm looking for? It's awareness, but constantly, like, oh, I lost the word, but I hope you know what I mean. So instead of posting someone else's video on a Saturday like I usually do and do mine on Friday, I'm doing on mine on Saturday, because I'm going to have the integrity to pick up where I missed and to stop making excuses for those things that I've sworn I'm going to do for myself and for the people I've set an obligation to, and just get my shit together, right? So anybody else that's feeling this or is like, ooh, holler, sister, you were talking to me today. Let's get our shit together today, right? Let's say I owe myself and I am worth the integrity to hold myself accountable and do what it is I say I'm going to do, or stand up and say, you know what? Either I screwed up and I'm going to get back on track with that, or I just feel like this isn't meant for me and I owe myself enough integrity to change course and do something else. So that's it. Short, sweet, and to the point this week. I love you all, and we will see you next week. Keep on rocking.